finally starting to win games. I'm happy, players are happy, fans are happy, the board aren't particularly happy. I might get the sack. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Global Domination. I'm Nick from SonickFM, and this is episode 44. 2 games coming up for you today. First off, we are away against Hong Kong FC in the league, and then we're going to skip past the Lee Man game and we're going to go to the Resources Capital game, which is in the Senior Challenge Shield, and that is because it is a final. So since yesterday, as I said in the intro, things are starting to look up. So we left off with a 4-1 win against Lee Man. And as I said yesterday, hopefully that was the turning point in our season, and it seems to have been. So the next game after that, we did lose 2-1 to Kitchee in our opening Hong Kong FA Cup group game. Played a couple of friendlies because we had 2 or 3 weeks to wait until the next game, just against local clubs, won those. And then first game back after that was against Kitchee SC in the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield, and we won that 6-4. And Calvez got 5 goals for us in that game. That also coincided with a slight change in formation, which we'll go and look at in a second. We then played Hong Kong in our final Sapling Cup group game, beat them 3-0 to ensure that we qualified for the next phase. We then beat Lee Man 2-1 in the Senior Challenge Shield semi-final, Alan Gray grabbing a 93rd minute winner for us there. And then it was back to league business, where we had 2 games both at home against Kitchee and Southern District. Beat Kitchee 2-0, double from Alan Gray there, and then beat Southern District 3-1. Goals from Gray, Goncalves and Jeremy Sanson securing that one for us. So like I said, we're on a winning run. Things are starting to look up, and hopefully we'll continue that today in our games against Hong Kong and Resources Capital and the Lee Man game in between. We've just had a transfer window close, and the only real transfer to note is we brought in Michael Fwy. Now you'll remember Michael Fwy from our time at Geylang International, where he was outstanding for us. Scored 11. Let me check his history. The season we brought him in was here. He made 24 appearances in the league, scored 10 goals and got 13 assists in the season that we brought him in. So I was going back through the teams that previously managed. I was thinking about maybe doing a video where we go back and see how the teams are doing, where the players that we brought in are. And I happened to notice that he'd been released and was available in a free transfer, so we brought him in. And so far, he has 1 goal and 3 appearances for us overall. He scored in the, I think it was where was it? It was a Senior Challenge Shield semi-final against Lee Man. Not scored in the league as yet, but he has been that extra bit of quality we've needed out on the right-hand side. It's only showing a 6.45 average rating, but that is only over 2 appearances, so there is still time for that to go up. But he has been rather good for us on that right-hand side. Other than that, Chow Lok Hay came in on a free transfer. That was a director of football or head of youth development, somebody. He's a youth player in the reserves. Not very good, but I'll leave that to them. I don't deal with that. And that is pretty much it so far. This is how the league is currently looking. We've moved up to 5th place on 14 points. We're only 9 points behind Kitchee in 2nd, 3 points behind Ironbrew Rangers in 3rd. And if we take a quick look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the Hong Kong First Division possible finishes are between 2nd and 7th. So we can still finish in 2nd place, which is what the board want, as the top 2. But it is highly unlikely. Kitchee would need to drop, everybody else above us would need to drop a lot of points in that and us continue winning to make sure we get up there. We take a look at the club vision. Disappointed that I'm not finishing in the top 2 places. This is an issue because this is required. I've moved up to a C. I was on a D. I moved up to a C rating from the board. This could get me fired if we don't manage to make it up into second place. Could find ourselves out a job come the end of the season. But we'll just need to wait and see how we do when we get there. That's pretty much everything we need to report. There have been no other major changes. As we said, the games we're going to be doing are Hong Kong and then Resources Capital. We'll get to see our first final in Hong Kong, although it is only the Senior Challenge Shield. Let's get into the game against Hong Kong then. This is the team for the game, and this is the change of formation. We've moved to a 4-2-4, basically. We've just moved our wing backs down slightly, brought one of our defenders forward, and decided to go 2 wingers rather than attacking midfielder. And we've switched everything up to be playing a bit more direct. Trying to work out how to get the best out of the team, and based on how things were going, I've not went in and sorted this team yet. I normally do that before the start of the game, but based on how things were going, felt we needed some form of change, and I just figured the best thing we could do would be to treat this like it was... Sorry, just distracted, making sure I've got the team set up the way I want it. No. Yes. Right, okay. I decided the best thing to do would be to basically treat it as if it was a non-league team, the bottom of the English pyramid, or like a Scottish second division team, basically a really low league team, where quality of players isn't great. The best thing to do, get the ball, punt it up the field, and let the forwards do the scoring, and try and remain solid at the back. And it seems to so far have worked. I prefer, as I'm sure you've worked out by now, play more attractive, free-flowing football, which has worked at our previous clubs. Not worked here though. And I'm putting that down to the quality of the players that we can attract in Hong Kong. Although Hong Kong is a higher rated nation than the other ones we've been to. Part of the problem with doing it that way is the nation is rated higher. I'm going to assume that would be then in terms of their national team, not necessarily the leagues. But as I've explained before, it's too confusing to do it by competition ranking. I don't want to submit the team because I've not ran you through it yet. It's 6s and 7s this morning. I'm not as prepared as I would like to be. Anyway, here we go. So in goals we have Lam Wai Kit. We have Ma Hei Wai, Wu Chun Ming, Ni Chun Young, and Lau Hock Ming at the back. Chow Su Lun, Putra in midfield. Sanson and Fuai are our wingers behind Gray and Concalves up front. Now we can submit the team. We go and give a team talk. Carry straight on with the end of the last match and see how we got on today. So 3 minutes in, we have a throw in on the right. Ming throws in, Concalves nods on, Sanson gets there, and Putra with the shot. Beckham Putra with his 3rd goal of the season, an assist from Jeremy Sanson, and 3 minutes into the game it is 1-0. That is a good start. That's the kind of start I like to see. Pretty basic. Concalves nods on, Sanson plays it back, and Putra hits it first time right into the roof of the net. And that moves us up to 4th. Hong Kong to throw in there, but Michael Fawai does well to cut out the ball. Putra plays it forward for Goncalves. Goncalves running with it. Got Gray ahead of him, but I think he's just offside. Managed to get back onside now. Plays it back to Putra. Lau Hock Ming with it on the right. Goncalves forward to Gray. Gray plays out wide to Lau Hock Ming. Ming into Michael Fawai. And Michael Fawai's shot is held by Dave Williams, the goalkeeper. Who was our goalkeeper last season? For some of the season. One of the things I noticed about one of the last times I played Hong Kong, as Gray's through, his shot is saved again by Williams and turned aside for a corner. So we'll just see how this corner goes. He comes in. I don't think I've fixed my set pieces for this formation. I'll need to do that between games. One of the things I noticed in one of the earlier games against Hong Kong is Cameron Russell, who we brought in as a defender, was playing as a striker. Don't know why. He scored. But at that point, everybody was scoring against us, so I don't know if you want to read too much into that. But yeah, they played him as a striker. Strangely. There is still room for improvement in there. Very happy with the first half, though. We've managed to get a lead and stop Hong Kong from having a shot on goal. Putra with free kick in, and Ni Chun Young is up there, but he hits the bar. Putra puts it back in. Goncalves this time can only head it wide. Poor header there for Goncalves, considering his attributes in that area. Performance-wise and fitness-wise, quite happy with how everything's going so far. Don't really feel the need to make any changes just yet. The ball comes in. Goncalves trying to win it again, but it's headed clear by the defender. Putra picks it up and has it on the right-hand side. The big ball in for Gray, and Gray is there to get his 10th goal of the season. Assist from Beckham Putra. 2-0 now to Pegasus. I was just looking at Goncalves' fitness is starting to go down, so I'm going to give it another few minutes, and then I think we're going to make a couple of changes. As Gray effectively has a tap in at the back post. Nothing much happening at the moment, so 70 minutes. Let's go and make a couple of changes just to get some fresh legs in there. First up, Mahi Wai is not having the best of games, so we're going to bring Lam Chun Hung on there for him. And there's nothing else really I want to change. I'm perfectly happy with the team playing as they are. You know what? That's the only change I'm going to make. If over the next 5 to 10 minutes players start to get really tired, we'll make some changes, but I don't feel the need to change anything. I'm happy with how the team are playing. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Goncalves is now really tired, but it was just coming into full time, so there was no need to change him. Good solid 2-0 win there. Everybody played really well. And that, as we can see, well, I don't know if you managed to see it, but we'll go in and look just now. As we can see, has moved us up to 4th place now. Tied on points with Ironbrew Rangers in 3rd, and we're now only 6 points behind Kitchie. Well, played the same amount of games. I'm going to assume this must go on head-to-head because Ironbrew Rangers are ahead of us on the same points but with a worse goal difference. So I'm going to assume it's down to head-to-head. I was looking to see if Kitchie beat Lehman and move up to 23 points, so that's what it will be. So, 6 points behind. We're still got a chance to finish second. There are 2 games left to play before the split, so 2 games to try and make sure we stay in this top 4, because if we're not in the top 4 we can't finish second. So 2 games to make sure we stay in this top 4, and then there'll be 3 games after that to try and catch up to Kitchie in second place. Obviously, Eastern have ran away with it. They're not catchable by ourselves. First time, really, I've looked at the player stats for the league. Alan Gray, joint at least third in goal scoring charts, third in average ratings, first in player of the matches. Lam Wai Kit is tied second for clean sheets, and Wu Chun Ming is second for yellow cards, but we'll just pretend that we didn't see that one. So Alan Gray has turned out to be a great signing for us. I knew he would be. I had no concerns about that signing. Absolutely none whatsoever. Honest. I knew that he was going to be able to make the step up to professional level. His ability is starting to go up as well. Just want to quickly go in. Yeah, he's still training on advanced forward, that's fine. And Hong Kong Rangers were on a 7-game unbeaten run. Excellent. Right, okay, enough waffle. I'm going to go away and play the Lehman game off camera, and we will be back with the game against Resources Capital in the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield final. And we'll be back with that. And for you, just a second. For me, probably about 10 minutes. And we are back now for the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield final against Resources Capital. A game against Lehman in between our previous game, this and our previous game against Hong Kong. Didn't quite go to plan. We lost 2-0, which increases the pressure in terms of finishing in that top 4 for the championship group and also finishing in second. As you can see from this screen, Board are really not happy with me now. Currently giving me a rating of E. And if we go and we look at the job security, my job is very insecure, which is concerning to say the least. 2 reasons why they're unhappy. One is obviously, as we discussed before, not happy about the league position. And the other one is, had a press conference before this match. I didn't realise there were questions they didn't want me to answer. It's the first time I've ever come across that. I answered all the questions as I would normally do in a press conference, and then get called into a meeting saying that there were questions they specifically wanted me to avoid. Again, never came across that in the game before. So I was completely unaware of it. I didn't read the message properly. I just went into the press conference and answered all the questions. So that teaches me. Make sure I read the message properly in future. But anyway, let's get into the game against Resources Capital. Alan Gray starting from the bench today. He picked up an injury, expected to return to full training tomorrow, but he's there just in case we need him. So the team for the game is as follows: Lam Wai Kit in goal, Mahi Wai, Wu Chun Ming, Ni Chun Young and Man Chun Fai at the back. Chai Su Lun and Putra in midfield. Sanson and Fuai are our wingers behind Lau Sun Hin and Goncalves up front. So off now to try and win our first silverware in Hong Kong. And if we don't win our first silverware in Hong Kong, it's very, 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 very likely I'm going to get fired. So fingers crossed we have a good performance today. Start off here within 4 minutes and we have a highlight and an attack. It's Man Chun Fai with it on the right hand side, plays it in. Goncalves is there with the header. The header goes over the bar. For somebody with such good jumping reach and heading statistics, he's not very good in there. He doesn't score a lot with his head. Corner now for Resources Capital and they score. Their first attack, 15 minutes into the game, from the corner, and wee man Tick gets up and nods it home. That was a bit of a shock. Honestly, I think that was their first attack of the game. Free kick now for Resources. Played forward, but Wu Chun-Ming heads it clear. Only as far as the midfield though, and it's over the top for Lee Chun-Wai. Lee Chun-Wai with the shot from the edge of the box. His third goal of the season. It's 2-0 now. And we are in a bit of trouble. As is my job, I think. Really simple. Lee Chun-Wai just unmarked. Brings the ball down and turns and rifles it home. Could someone in a yellow shirt please do something? No offside. From the kickoff now. Played forward from the back, and Calves wins the header, nods it down to Chai Sulin. Gives it all the way back to Wu Chun-Ming. With Putra now. Lun with the big ball forward looking for Goncalves, but he can't find him. Why with it now, plays it back to Putra. Putra again trying to find Goncalves. Goncalves this time wins the ball, knocks it on to Lautsen in, but he's offside. This is going to be one of those games. There, Goncalves does well. And that is, again, I'm not sure that is offside. I think we need VAR. Don't have it in Hong Kong, unfortunately. Why with it now on the right hand side? Get a chance again to make something happen. He plays Manchun Fai out wide. Ball into the box, headed clear, but Manchun Fai does well to win it back. Passes forward, I think looking for Fwai, but can't find him. Putra's managed to up on a loose ball in midfield. Lautsen has it, gives it back to Chai Sulin, and Chai Sulin, what a strike from outside the box. Third goal of the season for him. Pulls one back for us. The comeback starts here. And every other cliche that you can think of. See, just dropped back by Lautsen Hun. And Lun, first time strike with the left foot into the bottom corner. That'll do nicely. I'm going to encourage the team. See if we can maybe pull an equaliser back before half time. Doesn't look like it. But we are starting to play a lot better now. I'm far from pleased with what I just saw from this team. Motivate everybody. I would be even more pleased if that was Alan Gray that was up there as striker, but unfortunately it's not at the moment. It's coming up on an hour played, and it is a highlight for Resources Capital. Ball played forward from the keeper. It's with Lam Manching in midfield. Played forward now. And that is a loose pass, and Chau Sulun has picked up on it, gives it out to Sanson. Sanson drives forward with it. Plays a nice ball forward for Goncalves. Goncalves, can he get in? He can't. The defender does well to get back and take the ball off him. And that means Resource Capital can build an attack again from the back. Played forward, but Ni Chun Young does well to cut out. Sanson does well to win that as well. Sanson gives it to Lautsen Hin. Inside to Chisolin. Tries again with the shot. Goncalves this time. Shot just wide. Shot from Lun. Just rebounding back off the defender. Eventually comes back out to Goncalves. But his shot is wide. And Lun has picked up a knock. So we're going to have to take him off. Wong Chi Chung can come on for him. I'm really tempted to bring Alan Gray on. You know what? We need a result. He can come on. Manchun Fai's not having a great game at right back. But I'm going to keep it at that for now. And we're going to demand more from the team. In fact, no, we're just going to continue to encourage them. Ball into the box from Fai. Sanson's there. Jeremy Sanson gets the head on it, but it's just wide. We're getting closer to that equaliser. Corner now from Great. Swung in. Goncalves is there. And after earlier on talking about how Goncalves is not very good in the air, doesn't score many headers, he pops up and scores a header. From the corner, As we'll see in just a second, from the corner, Goncalves with the header off the underside of the bar, and that levels things up 2-2 now. Let's go and grab a winner, please. I'm going to switch to very attacking for the last 5 minutes or so. And we have a throw-in. Mahiwai with the throw-in to Gray, gets it back from him. Comes down, plays the ball into the box. Michael Fly was coming in there. Jeremy Sanson has it now. His shot's blocked. Back to Wong Chi Chung, plays in Mahiwai. Mahiwai with the ball in, and Alan Gray off the post. I thought he was going to come on and score the winner for us, but it come off the post, and we're now 30 seconds over the added time, and it is Resource Capital coming forward with it on the left hand side with Lee Chun Wai. Plays it inside, but Mahiwai manages to clear it. Goncalves has it now. Plays it back to Putra. Putra first time forward for Gray. Gray heads it out wide to Fwai. It might have been a clearance from the defender, but it went out there anyway, and it goes for a throw-in. We're now a minute over the added time. Goncalves has it on the right, but he loses out to Huiman Tick. It's back with the defence now and booted clear. So we're going to be going to extra time. Keep playing the way you're playing, the result will come, because we have been the better team. So we're going to drop back down to attacking. We're going to encourage the team. And there are some tired legs out there. So let's see if there's any changes we can look to make. Beckham Putra is really tired, so I think we're going to bring Lin Kwok Wai on for him, and we'll swap those over just to give a bit of freshness in midfield. As we go into the second half of extra time. You know what, we're going to switch to very attacking for this second half. Throw in now from Mahiwai, gives it to Sanson, gets it back from him, plays the ball into the box. Goncalves is there, his header comes back off the crossbar, straight to his feet. He taps it in for his second of the game, 17th of the season, and that could very well be the goal that wins the cup for us. Here Sanson picks up, gives it back to Mahiwai, first time into the box. Goncalves with the header, rattles off the crossbar but comes straight back to him, and the keeper had no chance of making the second save. And clear onside, drop back from very attacking to attacking. That's a goal kick now from Resource Capital, nodded on, but Ni Chun Young is there to pick up, gives it out to Fwai. Michael Fwai with it on the right hand side. Can he do something with it? Tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked by the defender, comes back to him though, and Gray's in. Gray's header just over the bar. 5 minutes left to play in extra time. Throw in from Resource Capital. Blocked well by Sanson, but he can't get onto the end of his block. And the ball comes in, and there is Yu Ming Fai, with the equaliser for Resource Capital. So we switch back to very attacking. We're also going to see if we can make any more substitutions. Wu Chun Ming is on a yellow card, and he's also tired, so we're going to see if we can bring Brian Falk on for him. Cannot. Doesn't give you extra substitutions in extra time, apparently. Final couple of minutes of the game, and it's going to go to penalties. And here we go, the drama of the lottery that is penalties. Alan Gray steps up to take the first, and he slots it home. No danger there. Come on, goalkeeper. Oh, so close. Guessed the right way, just couldn't get a hand to it. What's our goalkeeper's name? Lam Wykit. And Calves with the run up now. And he hits it straight down the middle at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper didn't need to move. Goncalves, you're our top goal scorer. 1-on-1 in the keeper, 12 yards out, you should be scoring. Oh, and Lee Lik Hang has absolutely bottled it there. Right, come on, Wong Chi-chung. Come on. Tuck it away. And he does. 2-1 now on penalties. With Yu Ming-Fai. I keep saying Yu Ming-Fai stepping up to take the third for Resources Capital. And he scores as well, 2-2 after 3 penalties. Jeremy Sanson now. Come on, prove me right that I was right to sign you. Good boy. 3-2 now. As Leung Tse-hin steps up for Capital's 4th penalty. Come on, Kit. What a save, Lam Wai Kit. 3-2 after 4 penalties. And now, who is going to be taking our 5th? It is Ni Chun-young with the chance to seal the final victory for us. I can't remember the name of the tournament we're playing in. Senior Charity Shield or something. And Ni Chun-young tucks it home. 4-2, it finishes on penalties. This Senior Challenge Shield. There we go. The boy's going up to collect the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield, which looks suspiciously like a cup and not like a shield. Yep, that's definitely a cup and not a shield. Oh well, who cares? We won. Our first silverware in Hong Kong, and hopefully that is a victory which will spur us on over the final few games of the season to climbing up the table into 2nd place. Also, hopefully it's a victory which stops the board from sacking me. Congratulations, happy with your performance. It was a tough old game. And there we have the confirmation. Pegasus win Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield. I will receive 8,000 for winning that. Is that all? Oh, I've pleased the board. They're very happy to have clinched the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield and praised me for guiding the team to the sort of success they had the capacity to achieve. You any happier with me? Nope. Because they judge the Hong Kong Senior Challenge Shield as not important. Of course. Well, that will do it then for today's episode. Now, assuming I still have a job, we will come back tomorrow with the... I think we'll do the semi-final of the Sapling Cup against Kitchie, and also the next game in the league after we do the split. We've only got the game against Resources Capital to go, so after the split we'll come back there. If I don't have a job, then I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll either be back with Meet the Team for a new club, or we'll come back and do a kind of look back at our season with the club and look back at the previous clubs, like the kind of video I mentioned earlier on. So that will be in tomorrow's episode. And that brings us to the end of episode 44. And don't forget, if you enjoyed that, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. I upload daily at 8 PM UK time. And as always, thank you very much for watching.